Hello, Magic the Gathering fans! We have another Commander review for Kaladesh, and today it's the white review. Let's see what awesome white cards we get to play with. First up, Fumigate. 3 white for a board wipe. Gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. They're fumigating the gremlins. That's like chemical warfare on the little gremlin guys. The guy in the middle looks scared, guys. Oh, I don't know if I like this card. Well, actually, I don't know if I like this card. It's a board wipe, and you do get incidental life gain, and that could be a lot. But if I'm putting this as a point of comparison, I think I'd pick End Hostilities. It's a recently printed, pretty inexpensively costed board wipe, and they're both 5 mana. I mean, this is not some austere command or any of the more flexible board wipes, it's just wiping the board. So what would you rather have, gain 1 life for each creature, or the added ability of destroying all equipment attached to creatures? See, I don't know. I just feel like Fumigate might be just another board wipe, but it's good to have inexpensive board wipes that we can put in a lot of our commander decks. And if you're on a life gain theme, it could be good too. Next we have a few artifact creation engines, Angel of Invention and Visionary Augmenter. They both have Fabricate 2, which means they can spawn these little servos or get +1/+1 counters. That could be really good in both an artifact sort of mass strategy or in a +1/+1 counter strategy. Now, one thing I dislike though is that they themselves are not artifacts. I understand. I don't think that they should be artifacts with the theme of Kaladesh, but for EDH, I kind of wish they were so that I could recur them as artifacts and then get more artifacts as they come back into play. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to find a spot for them immediately, but maybe you guys can tell me exactly where they belong. Visionary Augmenter is kind of like Whirler Rogue, who I did find a spot for, but mostly for his other ability of creating an unblockable creature. I also have to mention that the Angel of Invention's art is so cool. So cool. So cool. Now that I think about it, Angel of Invention is kind of an upgraded Cloud Goat Ranger, and Cloud Goat Ranger is great for flickering, so Angel of Invention could be really good for flickering as well. I mean, she's definitely a powerful card, so she could go in a lot of flicker decks. Also, Captain of the Watch has a little bit of the same effect. You know, Captain is a little bit more expensive and puts 3 soldiers, but also buffs soldiers. So I think that Angel and Captain do kind of share a lot of similarities, and I've seen Captain of the Watch in a bunch of EDH decks, so I'm pretty sure Angel will earn a spot. It's just trying to find exactly the right place where her combination of servo creation and buffing fits just right. Next up, Authority of the Councils. 1 white for an enchantment. It's pretty simple. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. This is an underappreciated ability. Everyone kind of sees an ability like this enter the battlefield and they're like, oh, whatever. And then it ends up really having an impact on the game. It slows down their tempo. It puts everyone behind just a little bit. It shuts down certain strategies. I play a lot with Blind Obedience, and having another effect like this is welcome in a lot of these tempo-based sort of draining decks. Now, Blind Obedience has the added ability of Extort, and Authority of the Councils doesn't leave out a second ability. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain 1 life. I really like the gain 1 life ability. It's very effective in decks like Karlov, where they just keep playing creatures and you just life. Karlov gets bigger and bigger and bigger. This effect can also be stacked. Like you could have Soul Wardens or Soulless Attendants or Suture Priests all in your deck, and you're just gaining life all over the place. Incidental life gain here and there, and it ends up being a huge force for you. No one really cares about gaining 1 life, but when you have a deck that kind of grinds it out as you gain advantage for each life you gain, with, say, Well of Lost Dreams giving you card advantage, or Archangel of Thune buffing your entire team, this mechanism just goes out of control, and I'm really excited about this type of deck. I think I'm going to build one. We'll see, but I think that you guys should try out Authority of the Councils if you have a deck that fits it. Now we're already there. We are already at our top card for Commander playability in white. Can you guess what it is? It's Cataclysmic Gearhulk. I know I had you going with the whole background thing and the 3 white for a 4/5 vigilance. When Cataclysmic Gearhulk enters the battlefield, each player chooses an artifact, creature, an enchantment, or planeswalker from among the non-land permanents he or she controls and sacrifices the rest. It's a huge board wipe on a huge artifact creature. I love it. It's just like Tragic Arrogance. The creature types in the planeswalker and stuff is like Tragic Arrogance. With Tragic Arrogance, you get to choose. In Cataclysmic Gearhulk, they get to choose. It's kind of like Cataclysm. Cataclysmic, yeah. Except for they chose planeswalkers instead of lands. Now, people keep comparing it to Tragic Arrogance and Cataclysm, and it is really neither one of them. It's kind of a combination of both. I think if you had to pick either Cataclysm or Tragic Arrogance, they would be better. But man, having it on a 4/5 Vigilant body for that mana cost, and having it be an artifact, just takes it out of the park. I mean, I think this should win the Adventures Fair. It is so good. I mean, it can be recurred with Hannah's Ship Navigator or Shroom. I mean, unless if you have Shroom out, you might just win the game. But anyways, if you don't just win the game, this Cataclysmic Gearhulk can just grind out your opponent over and over again. It being a creature is actually a huge upside. Man, creature board wipe. I'm super excited to just hammer my opponents down with this Cataclysmic masterpiece. By the way, I'd also like to get the masterpiece for this because it looks sweet. Okay. That was it, guys. White was pretty short. This has been Jumbo Commander with a Kaladesh Commander review for white. I hope you guys are enjoying this series of videos. There's more to come, and hopefully you guys will enjoy those too. Talk to you later. Bye.